Good evening, I'm Esther from Malaysia. Welcome everyone to join this ABSR Info webinar, which is about this medical research project for both stress release and cancer-related fatigue. Tonight, we are pleased to have Theodor Hunhammer who conduct this project with the University Bern in Switzerland. And also we have Kongsi Academy from Malaysia. It's called collaboration with us and also support for this project.
People who have cancer and are under treatment, they know that they are confronted very often with an enormous fatigue. Even if you sleep enough, even if you care for your rhythm, you still hardly can function. And as I have told you before, these exercises from ABSR, they kindle an inner flame in you. They bring a spark in you to life, which you, on the one hand, need to cope with the challenges of life, but also which can kindle something which bring you back to life when you are just depressed and your forces are diminished through this enormous burden of cancer, of the cancer challenge. Let's put it like this. So, to conclude, we have two parallel projects. We offer the ABSR courses for people who in general want to become able to cope better with life. There are many in English, and there is one with Mikan and Esther in Chinese. And there is this cancer fatigue course, which I will do in English, and Mikan will translate into Chinese. Thousands of people went already through them. Many course leaders have been trained, and everybody really tells us we found something special. And this is something we would like to share with you. And I invite now Kelly and Samantha, please question me, challenge me, ask questions. Is it convincing what I say, or where have you questions?
Thanks, Theodor. And for this this state of what you have described, that the description of what you have described, it's possible for those who participate, fully participate in 8 weeks, or it's a longer process?
In this realm, time is different. So we must also let go from our expectations. If I have again a certain idea, I want to reach this, I'm again not in the idea of this course. It's more, I want to connect with myself, and then I notice joy, trust in myself, and these things just start to happen, and I react differently. So I do not have a goal, I just become different. And I've had just an interview with one of the people who is a teacher, a Eurythmy teacher in Spain, and she told me that after 3 weeks, her way of teaching suddenly changed. She even said in the first week, I did the exercises completely wrong. I forget where I tried to remember things. But what we do is that we learn it's not so important how well you do the exercises, but that when your body understands what you try, when I feel understood, if you tell me you are like this, okay, but if I understand if I notice you want to understand me, then this makes me happy and I do everything. I do not expect from you that you understand me. You will never understand me. I'm much too complicated. But you try to understand me, and this makes me, wow, somebody tries to understand me, and the body functions the same. So I try to do these exercises, and this makes these exercises effective. So back to the question, yes, and that's the special think that from the very beginning on already, you will feel this improvement because you connect with a level in yourself which carries this joy and flexibility. It's not a training where you step by step become better. It's about connecting with yourself and discovering what you yourself are for a source for yourself.
It sounds like we will slowly develop our self-motivation, like an inner kind of natural motivation. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And another question that I have, right, is because ABSR is about stress and stress reducing. I think people who come into this Zoom probably understand a bit about stress already and have some self awareness. But what about people? How do we would you have some sort of description about, how do we know we are under stress? Because a lot of people probably are in the stress, but not aware of it. So how do we bring this research to them?
Yeah. Look, that's a very, very good question, Kelly, because we can be under stress without knowing being under stress. Yeah, we are all multi-level beings. Yeah. And on this level, we just say, I do this because it makes me joy. I do this, I go to that event, and I enjoy from it. And on another level, it can make the body exhausted and put it under stress. Huh? And this is sometimes then when suddenly illnesses come. Because illnesses want to make you aware that you have levels in yourself which were not cared for. Yeah, it can be that you lead a very happy life and everything, and suddenly you become an illness. And then I notice it that people suddenly say, oh, I did not learn to say no. Oh, I was giving much too much. Yeah. And they only become aware of this because they became ill. Yeah. And then it's not bad why we become ill, but illness always wants just to tell us something, develop something. And then you must be open to it. Sometimes you manage to become healthy. Sometimes you have a partnership with the illness. But for example, with cancer, I'm so deeply touched. Can you imagine that I met not only once a person who says, my feet are painful, I can't walk. I can't hardly walk anymore. I have cancer, but nothing better could have happened to me because it touched me so much. I could not believe it. Then I said it to somebody else in a meeting. Look what somebody told to me. And then these people said, yes, that's true. I cannot understand it. I'm afraid of, I'm still, at the moment, I'm still lucky. I don't know. I'm not affected. Could I carry it? But it is possible also to have a severe illness and still be at peace with it and notice what you get from it. So back to the question of stress. Stress is not only what we experience in life. Our body can very often be under stress for different reasons. And the main remedy has a name. Yeah, we are looking for pills, we are looking for this, we are looking for that. But there's one remedy. This has a name, and this is called I. We cannot believe it, but when I am present, something happens. The body is so happy when I am present. You have houses, and when you live in a house, you damage something, your corner breaks and everything, a handle breaks, but you repair it. But in a house in which you do not live, after 4 or 5 years, it is rotten. The roof falls in and everything. So when we live in our house, we are also not only the people who break things, we are also the force which keeps it alive. And that's what ABSR is about.
Yeah, Theodore, because I think as people who are sick, or especially for cancer patients, we easily to mostly living in a fear, worry, and also a lot of negative feelings, and some sort that feel like, they are unable to do a lot of things, and then how they can enjoy or practicing this without stress, and because when people come to sick, they have a goal they want to achieve whenever they practice. They hope that, they have an expectation how they can well prepare physically or mentally if they're joining this learning.
So what is important to know is that you do not have to be different from how you are. You are okay. And life, when Kelly before said it, stress, and it's okay. I don't remember exactly. I just had in mind not being in balance, being under stress. That is another name for human being. We are people of two different worlds, of nature and of spirit, and they do not fit together. So we cannot be in balance, and we are allowed to be imbalanced. And so in this thing, people take different roles. Some are allowed to lead a more easy life, others have it more difficult. But we are a totality, and it's needed that every spot somehow of this picture is represented. So people who really feel bad, who feel I'm depressed, you are all welcome. And then it's not about, so you do not have to be prepared, you be yourself. And what you prepare for is being yourself. And that's the belief. If you have to prepare for something, you try already to adjust to some sort of something. And that the task would be, I go prepare towards meeting myself, not the others, what they expect from me, and discover this will be something which then makes me stronger and does not alienate me from the other, because you would think, oh, I do not go towards the other, I go this way, I become more alien. But then you will notice the more you come towards yourself, suddenly the others have somebody they can connect with. Never mind how crazy you are, but now I feel you. So please be welcome the way you are. And
Thank
if
you.
you
I
are
think
weak,
this is
all these exercises can be done sitting, that you can then make them smaller. And we will explain you how to adjust things the way you are, especially when you are suffer from cancer fatigue. We are not expecting you to dance around. We're just try to adjust things this way that it fits to you. And then, this will support you.
Thank you, Deota. I think this is a very important message, especially for those patients or, the cancer patient. We have a lot of expectation, and like a goal to achieve. And then since we are joining them, we also hope that they could really enjoy and see the transformation, after this learning. Thank you so much.
One last sentence for this, because, when you notice that just stretching this finger can do such a lot for your inner being, because you stretch the finger, but you let it happen in your body. And I only stretch my finger and my whole body starts doing this, sparkling and so simple it can be done. So please don't expect difficult things, but lots of fun and joy.
Thank you.
Can we use these activities to balance our sympathetic nerve, establish new brain circuits, and stabilize the body's inflammation state?
Say it again, please. The three things. There were three.
So I think so it's about to balance their feelings, I think, and establish the new way of thinking and stabilize the inflammation on the body. I think this is the question.
It's so nice. Just something, when you see three people standing next to each other, very often you find the one represents the thinking, the other one the feeling, and the other one the willing. It's just by accident, but it happens. And now in this sentence, yeah, I don't know if you constructed it, but you have just a question. And then you write, does it stabilize my feeling? What does it do to my thinking? What does it do to my body? Yeah. And my body is my willing. When I get an inflammation or something in me wants it. Yeah. I don't want it, but someone wants it. And I have to now start negotiating with someone. And yes, that's exactly why you ask this threefoldness. And that's exactly what we want, to reach all these three levels. Yeah. That how you relate with people, yeah, how you think about things, how your body reacts to nutrition is somehow mirrored also in how your inner threefoldness relates to each other. Yeah. So, as I told you, don't try to become more sympathetic, more antipathetic, just try to become more relaxed into your sympathy, antipathy life. And this will stabilize the way you react.
The last question, I think, is this question is about I think the resonance or the resound of the eurythmy exercises. So he asks, can the sound wave of the echo bring healing effects similar to singing bowls through the practice of the human body itself?
Can you say it one more or explain how you understand the question that I made?
So this question is, so do you know what is singing bowls?
Singing bowls, yeah, Klangschein, sure.
Yeah. So he asked, so is it the sound wave, the resonance after doing eurythmy is like the wave of this sounding wave. So he asked, is it have the similar effects on our body, which compared to these singing bowls? Is it the same?
So just say it in brief, there's a lot that's so deep, this question. It's a whole secret from Eurythmy in it. But if you have just a bag of sand, yeah, and you knock on it, you don't hear it singing. It doesn't ring. Yeah. So you need, and if you have a piano or something, yeah, it can resound. So it needs a certain tension always. Yeah. And the thing is, how do I have, what kind of tension do I have to have in my body that it starts resounding and singing? And when does this tension become stress? Yeah, because you stretch something until it's stress, or you stretch something until you can play music on it. And that's again the U tension, I would say, yeah, within Eurythmy. Yeah. And this we are looking for in the exercises, this kind of oi tension where this inner singing, the inner currents take place.
So this can be also meaning that we also is the singing bowls, right? So it will sing itself after we do the correct stretching within us. And then the singing bowls is something from the outside external world, and now we're trying to make ourselves become the instruments.
Yeah, exactly. And the Eurythmy makes us the singing, and the exercises of ABSR, we have this bowl, makes that we can come in this bowl somehow. This bowl, the singing bowl, somehow wants to receive us in ourselves.
Very beautiful. Let me see, do they have so I think there is another last question is, for people who suffer from depression and are passive about most things, how can this therapy help them?
One thing you must know, especially if you have a depression, it doesn't help you at all. If you have a depression, you are helpless, yeah, or you often need help, or it's heavy. But just don't forget that very often people who carry something very high, who are very strong inwardly, just them become a depression. And that makes it so difficult because you feel so much lives in you and you cannot do it anymore. And that can make you really desperate. Yeah, because, yeah. Good. And now but you can come out of depression. You know that there are phases that are just done by nature sometimes, and then you are just down again. Or slowly you learn what do I have to do that my body can connect with these powers which I have. And that has a lot to do with the singing bowls, what you said. How can I again make it my body sing? But when you have a depression, it needs a lot of patience, but it's a very worthwhile walk. And don't forget that this difficult walk, even if you do not manage to reach the very, very end, in itself makes you stronger. If you carry heavy bags, your muscles grow. So when you carry your depression, you just feel the weight, but for your inner being, nevertheless, you grow. You just don't notice it. And this growth can be this you do anyway by carrying it. And this ABSR would try to make it easier for you, to bring more light into it and help you to make your steps out of the depression.
And do you have anything to add on, or?
Yes, that's our big plea, that those who do not have cancer do not try to go to the cancer course, but we really want to be among us this time. Yeah, and go to Esther and Mikan, to the parallel course. It's a cooperation. It's the same material. It's the same course. It's just that we form two groups where we can exchange on different levels. And then these people with cancer, we can adapt a little bit, make the exercises a little bit simpler or we just support each other in our needs. So people without cancer, go to East and Mikan, or English speakers to the many, many other courses in English. And people with cancer and fatigue, cancer-related fatigue, come to me, please.